Well, when I was a young boy, I aspired to be on the court listening to Sweet Georgia Brown and watching or playing with the Globetrotters, and I almost made it today. Darren, thank you for your comments, and Dan for the nice introduction. It's great to be here. This year, more than ever, the World Gas Conference brings together the best minds in our industry to discuss every aspect of energy's future. The technologies that will drive it, the market opportunities that will shape it, and the partnerships that will enable it. Like most of you, I'm confident that natural gas will play a central role in meeting global energy needs as we look to the decades ahead. But if you step outside and listen to many conversations about energy, they often focus on something else, a clean energy transition. This is typically framed as a momentous shift, unlike anything we've seen before, as if we're moving from an outdated past to an exciting future. But in the world of energy, transition isn't unprecedented. It's not even new. The fact is, we're always in an energy transition. We always have been, and we always will be. Think about it. For centuries, people burned peat moss or wood to heat their homes and cook their meals. Gradually, we transitioned to charcoal, whale blubber, next came coal, and later oil, natural gas, nuclear, hydropower, and geothermal. Now we're exploring the potential of wind, solar, biofuels, and hydrogen fuel cells. The human race has been in an energy transition for all of modern history. The system is always in flux as demand grows, supply responds, technology evolves, and markets work. Society is always pushing to make energy more abundant, more efficient, and ever cleaner. But today's energy reality is more complex and dynamic than any time in the past. Global demand is at an all-time high and growing. Many different forms of energy will be part of the energy system. One dominant energy source will not simply replace another. Different mixes of energy will be needed in different parts of the world. And in each geography, the shift will play out at different speeds, with different drivers and different challenges. Yet people often assume energy evolves along a single continuum, and that people everywhere have the same needs. Here in the US, we're wrestling with the challenge of integrating wind, solar, and other forms of energy into our national power system. But despite the complexity of this challenge, the vast majority of us never doubt that the power will be there when we turn the lights on. For much of the world, the situation is vastly different. Consider Bangladesh, where over 160 million people live, about half the population of the United States, in a landmass the size of Wisconsin. Only about 8% of them have access to reliable electricity. According to the World Bank, reliable, affordable power is a key to job creation, the country's #1 development priority. This illustrates the complexity of the challenge before us. In each geography, priorities are different and needs vary. While the future of energy will be cleaner, it won't be simple. In fact, if we take too narrow a view of it, we'll miss some of the most important opportunities. What are these opportunities, and how will the transition play out? The engineer in me always looks to practical considerations and real solutions. And when I look at the future of energy, I see three major imperatives. First, we must eliminate energy poverty. By 2040, the global population is expected to increase by more than 20% to over 9 billion people. As a result, energy demand is projected to increase by nearly 30% over that period. It's like adding another China and another India to today's energy markets. Yet even today, nearly 3 billion people still use biomass or animal dung for indoor cooking and heating. That's 40% of the people on the planet. And 1 billion people have no electricity. I've visited people that live like this. I've been to sub-Saharan Africa and out in small villages. You enter a home where people are cooking with these fuels, where they have no running water, no sanitation. See a mother huddled over a pit, smoke rising, soot on the ceiling, and the life that she lives, the life that her children live, the lifespan they can expect is heartbreaking. Each of these people deserves access to reliable, affordable, cleaner energy and the human progress it enables. By every objective measure, there's no practical solution to this global challenge that doesn't include a significant role for natural gas. Natural gas underpins our energy future. Record and rising natural gas production in the U.S. is a welcome and unprecedented development. It's allowed the U.S. to shift from being the world's largest importer of natural gas to being a net exporter. This has tremendous implications for meeting rising global demand and addressing the problem of energy poverty around the globe. Of course, other energy sources will also be needed. The goal should be a portfolio of sources that complement and enable each other. There's no single answer to ending energy poverty. There are many. This brings me to the second imperative. We need partners. To solve energy poverty and deliver the energy the world needs, no single country, no single industry, and no single company can go it alone. Partnerships are essential, especially with organizations that are pushing the boundaries of technology and developing the innovations needed to deliver reliable, affordable, and cleaner energy on a large scale. The Gorgon LNG project in Australia is an example. We've known for more than 30 years that there are vast quantities of natural gas offshore Western Australia. But it took the convergence of technology, customers, government, suppliers, and partners like ExxonMobil, Shell, Chevron, JERA, and others to unlock the potential of the single largest resource development in Australia's history. Today, each LNG tanker departing Gorgon carries enough natural gas to power all of Japan for 4 hours. It's this kind of partnership that is needed to promote the innovation and investment to power the future. Which leads me to the third imperative, the power of free markets. To create a future of reliable, affordable, and ever cleaner energy that can scale, we need a free flow of resources, products, and ideas. That's the best way to balance energy security, economic growth, and environmental protection. We all know U.S. gas production is rising. Pipeline exports to Canada and Mexico are growing, and LNG exports are supplying new markets across Asia, South America, and Europe, addressing the growing need for energy across every region of the world. As a result, these regions can further diversify their energy supply chains, reducing the risk of market or policy-related supply disruptions. U.S. energy exports can have a stabilizing effect on the global economy, creating a virtuous cycle that lifts markets and generates growth. This requires an environment that encourages innovation and free trade and relies on markets so exports can meet energy needs as they emerge around the world. In other words, both domestic and international markets need to be allowed to do what they do best: efficiently direct resources to the solutions that most effectively deliver reliable, affordable, and ever cleaner energy. As we look ahead and examine the future of energy at conferences like this, there's much we don't know. But a few things are certain. By developing more sources of natural gas, we'll play a leading role in reducing emissions. By expanding exports of natural gas, our industry can support global economic growth and promote greater geopolitical stability. And by meeting the world's energy needs, we'll continue to provide the power to drive human progress. If we follow this path, we can lift the world economy to new levels, eliminate energy poverty, and achieve lasting reductions in emissions that will allow us to leave our planet a better place. That's a noble calling for any industry, and one we should all aspire to fulfill. Thank you very much. I look forward now to our panel discussion.